Happy Wednesday, everyone. I would like to welcome you to our Wednesday Wisdom session today. Our Wednesday Wisdom is a series of public webinars focused on delivering relevant information to support business connectivity and sustainability in our region. Each session features local business and subject matter experts and the opportunity for Q&A at the end. So before we kick off today's event, which will be celebrating National Small Business Week with our friends at the SBDC, I want to go into housekeeping items. All attendees are in listen-only mode, and to be respectful of everyone's time, if there are questions at the end of this, we can ask on your behalf. We just put it in the chat section on Facebook. This event is being live streamed, so feel free to share it so it helps reach a broader audience, and especially if you are feeling the need to highlight any of these businesses that are on today with us. And we also will have a recording available both on the Chamber's YouTube channel and the Wilkes University SBDC channel. So to just get into today's event, today's Wednesday Wisdom is in partnership with the Wilkes University Small Business Development Center to celebrate National Small Business Week. This event is a panel discussion focused on highlighting businesses that either have began or pivoted during COVID-19. To take a lead on today's discussion, I'd like to now turn it over to Dorothy Lane from the director of the Wilkes University SBDC to give you an overview on National Small Business Week and to lead the discussion today. Dorothy?
Thank you so much, Ahmad. I can't tell you how grateful the Wilkes University Small Business Development Center is to partner with the Wyoming Valley Chamber of Commerce. We have a great relationship with all of our chambers of commerce in our 5-county region, and we appreciate all of the good work they do. And I would be remiss if I didn't say, if you have the opportunity to join your Chamber of Commerce, I highly recommend it. They do offer a great deal of opportunity to not only network, but, to get your voices heard throughout the small business community and beyond. So kudos to all of the chambers of commerce out there. But as Ahmad said, I'm Dorothy Lane. I'm the director of the Wilkes University Small Business Development Center. And this week marks the 58th year of Small Business Week. A week that's dedicated to shining a spotlight on the backbone of our economy and the pillars of our neighborhoods. Every year since 1963, the President of the United States has always declared one week, National Small Business Week. Typically, it's in May. This year, because of all of the issues with COVID-19, the SBA felt it would be better to host this in September of this year. So here we are today. But the Wilkes SBDC is available to help all small businesses in our 5-county region. And we offer no cost technical assistance to aspiring entrepreneurs and small business owners. And to kind of highlight what we do, we wanted to just show a short video that highlights our services. Ahmad, would you be able to play that for us? Awesome. Thanks so much, Ahmad. So as part of our offerings during Small Business Week this year, we wanted to showcase some of the small businesses that we've worked with at the Wilkes University Small Business Development Center over the years and recognize their accomplishments. As well, we're hoping that these small business success stories that are being shared today can, offer some collective wisdom on the highs and lows of being a small business owner, so that those who are either contemplating opening a small business, they know the realities of small business and what they might be getting into. And also to those who already own a small business, that they realize that they're not alone in the challenges of operating a small business. So I would like to welcome all of our panelists today. And we're going to get started by having some folks share some of the wisdom that they've learned along the way. And we left the door open to kind of a broad topic. We asked them to speak on anything that, that they felt compelled to share. It could be how they pivoted during COVID, some of the challenges that they've faced as they've started their own small business, any lessons that they've learned throughout the process, a variety of notes that we gave them. But first up today, we have Michelle Keel from Uncommon Grounds, who operates out of Carbon County, and she's worked with our consultant, Lucy Singer. So Lucy, do you want to take it away?
So good afternoon. Thank you for joining us in recognizing the outstanding members of our business community. It is my pleasure to introduce Michelle Keel from Uncommon Grounds at the Mill, which is located in Weisport. Michelle and Uncommon Grounds are being recognized for the Woman-Owned Business of the Year. Like much of the food industry, Uncommon Grounds suffered during the pandemic. What makes Michelle's business and her success unusual is that Uncommon Grounds opened only weeks prior to the state-mandated shutdown. It was through Michelle's tireless pursuit and capitalizing of opportunities this past year that Uncommon Grounds is now a thriving business, despite the unimaginable challenges. So congratulations, Michelle.
Thank you.
We'd love to have you say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lucy. I'm very honored to be here today. Yeah, it's been an interesting ride. We started off, honestly, part-time with a mobile truck a couple years ago, 2017. And it was just at the end of 2019 that things were moving along. And we said, let's jump in full time. And we contacted our local chamber, who put me in touch with the SBDC and Lucy, our angel. We got the ball rolling and got some financing done. And yep, we built our space, our brick and mortar. And yep, 5 weeks later, COVID. So it was definitely a challenge. We took the challenge to heart though, and we said we can do this. Honestly, for us, I really think it was a blessing that we were so brand new, because we weren't set in our ways yet. So we were able to think on our feet and let's get going. So during the shutdown, when we were initially completely shut down, we actually took the chance to help out. And we started the Java Heart campaign. We jumped back in the trailer. We went up to one of the local rest stops that had been shut down, and we gave out coffee to some of the truckers and some of the distribution folks that were having trouble during that time. So it was pretty interesting. Shortly after that, we came back. We continued Java Heart to help other first responders and people on the front lines. And it's just been a bit of a ride. We weren't planning to do online sales in the very beginning, and of course, when we had to do, we weren't allowed to have people in the cafe. We had to get that set up. So we've done a lot of thinking on our feet and adjusting throughout this first year. And, I can't even thank you enough, Lucy. Honestly, the SBDC was my lifeline. during that time. And I'm pretty sure we spoke daily. And Lucy was there for me every step of the way, you know, letting me know about different programs. And then, oh no, the program changed. Now you need this information. Remember, looking back, it was a challenge, but you know, we just tried to take it in stride and just keep, you know, staying on our feet and adjusting. And I think if I've learned anything through it, it's always be flexible, you know, for sure.
Michelle, thank you so much for sharing your experience, and congratulations for sure.
Thank you.
It's so nice for me to put a face to the name, because oftentimes, you know, the consultants, we all work together as a team and we hear a lot of what our businesses are going through and kind of put our heads together for perhaps collective solutions. And I know Lucy worked a lot with you during that time.
For
And
sure.
I mean, you did an amazing job at pivoting and really, you know, getting your name out there with Java Heart and everything. So kudos to you. And I think that's
Thank
so
you.
important for everyone to remember, is be flexible. I think through all of this, we've all learned we have to be really flexible. So
For sure.
yeah, congratulations, Michelle.
Thank
That's
you so
awesome.
much.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. And next up, we have Jordan Katowski from Abe's Hot Dogs and Mountaintop. And Jordan worked with Kristen Sassy, one of our consultants at the SBDC. So Chrissy, I'm going to turn it over to you now.
Sorry, I was on mute. Hi, everyone. Jordan, what could I say? I mean, I could have nominated you for many different awards. You know, just going back to the year 2018, when you purchased Abe's Hot Dogs, Jordan was actually probably one of the youngest clients that I've ever worked with. That purchased a business, and he was 18 at the time. And just over the past years, Jordan, this category, I heard it, and your name popped into my head instantaneously. We're awarding you with Outstanding Community Partner of the Year. You do some wonderful, wonderful things within the community. There's just so many things that I could talk about. And I'll just mention a few here because, you know, I know we don't have a lot of time, but just going back to when the pandemic hit in March of 2020, and your restaurant was shut down, you know, and you were faced with the dilemma, you know, I'm going to lose all of this inventory. What am I going to do? What did you do? You cooked it all up and you took it out to all the essential workers in the community, which is really great. Some other things I know that you have been recognized for, whether it's monetary donations or food donations. In the past, you have donated to the local Luzerne County SPCA, the Wright Township Police Department, the Mountaintop Little League, the local dog and municipal park in Wright Township. And I know, Jordan, in the past that you used to have hot dog eating contests. And I know because of COVID, you know, you can't do that right now. But those proceeds went to Sunshine Kids, Make-A-Wish Foundation, and Les Garden Foundation. So Jordan, congratulations on this well-deserved award.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot. It really does mean a lot. I mean, this year has been definitely really tricky. You know, the past, you know, year or 2 years, it's definitely been interesting. It's not like any other year. And, you know, without you guys' help and, you know, just helping me either financially or just giving me advice or what to do, it's really been, you guys have made it a lot easy on my part. So without, you know, your help and my team's help and the community, you know, coming in and pitching in, you know, I wouldn't be here. You know, there's so many small businesses that weren't able to, you know, they closed for about a month and, you know, they're just kind of waiting it out and, you know, hopefully to be, you know, be open in the next, you know, couple months, and they just couldn't open because, you know, they were too afraid about getting sick and I mean, even myself and my family and my whole staff, and want to get them, got a better understanding of what we could do going forward, what kind of restrictions, we could do. So we closed off all of our tables. We just did takeout only. We were always wearing gloves, wearing masks, changing gloves, changing masks, trying to keep our distance as best as possible. But we just kind of adapted to the change, and I'd say we did a pretty good job. And like I said, without the community and my staff coming in every day and dealing with the frustration of either not having food or change or coins or just anything. So we just all kind of came together as one, and just really made it work. So
Jordan, thanks. I think, as you speak, and it sounds, I can tell how dedicated you are, not only to your community, but I think also to your customers and your employees, because you saw, immediately, I think, that you had somewhat of an obligation to all of those constituents as you kind of managed your business through COVID, which is not an easy thing to do, for sure. But, I didn't realize, and Chrissy wasn't lying. When we talked about these awards, your name was the first one that I think came out of her mouth. So, she has said all along how impressed she is, not only with how well you've run your business pre-COVID, but also how much you did give back to your community. And as I said in the opening, small businesses are the pillar of our communities. And I think, probably you're not alone on this call in that you're the person who, sponsors the Little League teams and, really does provide for the community. So for that, we thank you and we appreciate all your hard work. So congratulations, Jordan.
Thank you very much. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Good. Thank you so much. All right. Next we have up Holly Heffron and Candace. I might not say your last name very well, Yendrashevsky, who also worked with Chrissy. So Chrissy, again, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hello, ladies. So Holly Heffron and Candace Yendrueski I apologize too. I know I may have messed that up, but you're both occupational therapists and you're both certified in lymphedema therapy. The Hody Lymphatic Group specializes in lymphedema and lipedema treatment, management, and rehabilitation. And I find this with you two, it was just so interesting because when you actually came to me, it was during the pandemic. And it was July of 2020, after the pandemic hit, and you guys wanted to provide these wonderful services, which you have found out are greatly needed in Northeast Pennsylvania. So you pursued, your own business and you accomplished that. I believe you opened in October of 2020. So, just about coming up on a year anniversary. You do wonderful things for your clientele. Your services are so important and so needed, within this area. I couldn't think of anyone else better than you guys for the new Small Business of the Year award. And with that being said, I know that you guys are growing and you've hired some employees. So congratulations on that. I know that great things, are going to come from you guys, gals.
Thank you so much. Yendrashevsky, just for you guys who are struggling with the pronunciation. It's been quite the ride. We opened, like you said, in the middle of a pandemic. So all of our decisions were kind of based on that. What can we do? What are we able to do? How is this able to go? How do we make it work? There were some changes to healthcare in January of 2020 before the pandemic hit. And then the pandemic just kind of put us in a situation where we were no longer seeing types of improvements in our patients that we wanted to see. And we weren't able to do the types of things that we always wanted to do and always have been able to do before. And so everybody was like, well, you have to go to outpatient. They would have to go to outpatient. You have to refer to outpatient. And in Northeast PA, there really is no lymphatic outpatient center. So in the middle of the pandemic, we started talking to each other, and I think we probably were like, is this crazy? We have to be crazy. One of us is going to call the flag on this, that this is not a good idea. And then we met Chrissy, who was able to actually help us solidify a plan and really turn it into something. So it was a lot of help from you guys to turn our crazy thoughts and dreams into a reality and really make it a feasible business. We have been very successful since we opened. All of our decisions have been based on the pandemic. So we're always cleaning and wiping things down, and everything is able to be sanitized and completely cleaned up all the time. But with all of those decisions in mind, that's how we're built. And really, as a healthcare facility, we probably always should be this way. Like, I don't see us changing much in the future with how we have it set up. But that being said, we are expanding. So we're looking to expand our space probably within the next couple of weeks. We have next door available now. We've been working to renovate that. We have 2 new employees and a third one. We've been very involved with the colleges. And again, our community's been fantastic in helping us, where they've sent us students and things, different people to help us along the way. And so one of our students might be coming back soon to be a 3rd employee. So it's been going pretty well so far. So hopefully, I mean, not without the bumps in the road and all the hardships and everything that you just do have to constantly adjust and adapt and be adaptable in nature. But I feel like that's what we do all the time. So
I feel like our challenges were very different from the wonderful business owners we were just listening to. Here they're going into this, and COVID hits, and there's this horrible struggle with what's going to happen with my business, especially in the food industry, as well. And what a scare, what a fear that must have been. So it's so nice to hear all these wonderful stories that have come out of it, and all the kudos to everyone who has been able to do that and give back to their community. And Candace and I hope to be able to do that as well. We feel our challenges might have been a little bit different. I feel like during the COVID, we were not able to easily seek help from our banks to be able to get a business loan. So that was a challenge. That's where Chrissy really came into play, and we were referred to through the Northeast, the NEPA Alliance, who said, you need to have A, B, and C done, and you really need to seek the SBDC out so we can get you can get a better idea and assistance on this. So she was able to pull and solidify, like Candace said, this wonderful plan together to really help us and expand and get to where we needed to be just to start the business in the area where we feel was such a need. I think our scare was, first of all, what are we doing? Is this, during this time? And I think probably family members and friends were probably thinking the same thing, having this like sick to your stomach feeling. But we also knew this was the time it was going to really push us to do what we needed to do. We also felt like with things even shut down at that point, that just did give us a little bit more time, because our business slowed down just because of healthcare changes also, and COVID, that we had a little bit more time to work on what we needed to, because it is a challenge. It's putting a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into everything that you do, because you feel in your heart this is where you really need to be. You want to help people, you have an idea of where you need to go, and you just need to keep positive and pushing forward and reaching out to all of the people in the community that you really need to help you get you on your feet, so that you know where you need to be. And if it wasn't for Chrissy helping us with that, we wouldn't be here. We would still, who knows where we'd be now, just waiting to see if we can get assistance in that. So right now, I'd say that we're pretty, we're happy, we're working things out. It's a challenge in other areas for us with going through the business. We're learning, we're feeling a lot more comfortable, and we're very thankful to the community and all of the business around us for all of their support. And so we've been pretty fortunate in the healthcare field. We're always going to be needed, unfortunately, in the end, because we treat people that are ill. And so the only challenge I think with that, and the concern was, are they going to be able to come to us? Are they going to be fearful to come to us? And those people at the time really needed help. And it just so happened that we were blessed, and we're very thankful where we are right now.
That's awesome, you guys. It's great to hear from you. And I have to say, just a couple of things that I wanted to touch upon. First of all, congratulations on your success, because you have really done an amazing job through a very difficult time, for sure. And, when the pandemic started, we were so busy, meaning we at the SBDC, with existing businesses calling us and needing help to apply for disaster funding and those types of things. Startup businesses were kind of in the back of our mind, but lo and behold, you two show up and you decide you want to start a business, which actually we had quite a few during the pandemic who decided that they wanted to make that leap. And, honestly, I think there probably should be a checkbox for some small business owners that crazy has to be a little bit of part of what you do, because it is certainly not for the faint of heart. And I think that echoes through everyone who spoke today. You really have to, first of all, have that passion for your business, but also be willing to take that leap of faith that so many other people aren't willing to do. But you really have that passion, you're willing to take the chance, and maybe you are a little bit crazy, but it turns out to be worthwhile in the end. And certainly during all of this, and it sounds like your patients must be very grateful for the services that you provide, given the fact that you've not only, met their expectations, but now you're expanding. So great job to both of you. And we all extend our congratulations to you for a job well done.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. So the next that we're going to hear from is one of Lucy Singer's clients again, Anthony Valdez. He owns a small business in Hazleton. So Lucy, I will turn it over to you now.
Thank you. So it's my honor to introduce Anthony Valdez, who is joining us today with his wife, Luisa. And Anthony is the award winner for the Veteran-Owned Business of the Year. Anthony retired from the military in 2019, and he was interested in owning a business in the Hazleton area. So he and his wife, Luisa, is now own and operate Leslie Hair and Beauty Supply in downtown Hazleton. But again, timing is everything. So the business opened in December 16th of 2019. For everyone, opening a new business is a challenge, but opening a successful new business 3 months prior to a pandemic is deemed by some as impossible, but not Anthony. So with a single-minded focus, Anthony faced the challenges thrown at him, renovating the store space, finding suppliers to work with, building a website, and then focusing on the internet sales. They were only some of the challenges that Anthony accepted and he successfully overcame. So I would like to be the first to say thank you for your service and congratulations on this well-deserved award.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you very much to Lucy. You helped us so much from the beginning with the grand opening between you and the Chamber of Commerce. You guys got together, did a grand opening for us, and had all the dignitaries there on the TV. And once again, we started nicely. Everything was flowing smoothly. And lo and behold, we try and get the name out there, try and make sure people know we're there. And COVID hits. So everything was closed down. Mm-hmm. So we're sitting there thinking, wow, that's all the money we had saved up. What's going to happen? So you get nervous, but then you think, hey, let's try the internet. So we got together with Lucy also, and I took on the challenge of making a website for the store, which you learn by your mistakes. So Lucy, get the back. Lucy, I never got that phone. Lucy, help us with guidance from Wakesboro with professionals to actually look at the website, to give us guidance and to give us ideas what to do, how to do it to improve the website. Because at first the website was just there, no sales, nothing, but we finally got sales coming in. And with everything else, now we got sales, but we also had to get how to ship it. So we had to learn about different shipping companies and how to do the labels. So you keep learning. But once again, the Chamber of Commerce and the Small Business Administration was always there with guidance. She helped us with licensing and tax information for the county, helped us with the advertising. And most important, while time was closed, they helped us get grants and loans to maintain the business there. And we was able to do, people call us and they will buy, they will put it outside, they will come pick it up and take it home with them. So we managed to keep the store open little by little. Thank goodness that once the store started opening again, then we actually started to grow. We started to have a lot more sales. Then the second challenge came, was to find suppliers, which sometimes in the business we're in is very difficult to find certain suppliers because they're very picky. So we was able to actually go from one level to 2 levels now. So now we have 2 floors in the store. And thank goodness we're going out to looking for help, finding employees to help in the store. So it's been a challenge for different things to overcome. But one thing we learned is 2 things. There's help out there. If you go looking for help, you contact the Small Business Administration, you contact the Chamber of Commerce, and there's guidance because a lot of things we learn along the way. You know, we learn about the different tax and hey, when is my tax? Is it quarterly or is it yearly? Which makes a big difference. So we learn, and the small business was always there to guide us. So now our store is actually growing. Thank goodness we had a lot more new customers, and we have a lot of returning customers, which is the key. And I think that everything that I learned, and we're still learning because we're still working on the website to try and improve it, you know, to try to see how we could do better, to try to see what we could do to be more involved in the community also, which is important for us to be part of the community, not just to sell, but to, you know, do things to help in the community. So we're trying to do that slowly as we grow. We're trying to get back and put it back into the community to be a better community for everyone. So with that said, I want to thank you so much, Lucy, and the Small Business Administration for all your help to keep us up and running and successful right now.
Thank you, Anthony.
Anthony, it's awesome. I can feel your enthusiasm through the
Yeah.
screen, that's for sure. But I want to say congratulations on being named the Veteran-Owned Small Business of
Thank
the
you.
Year. And, you know, I think something that you said is so true. You know, a small business owner is constantly learning,
Yeah.
constantly evolving. And, you know, sometimes that's through a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
I give you kudos in developing your own website. That's not an easy thing to do. So good for you for doing that and seeking an alternative revenue stream through an online portion of your business. It sounds like things are really starting to take off
Yes.
now that, you know, COVID has, I don't want to say settled down a little, but, you know, we've kind of worked through some of the issues that we've had. So I wish you and your family continued success with the business. And I can't wait till you're on the 3rd floor of your building. There. So that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then the next person that we have up are Amy Hartman and Robin Runkle. They also worked with Chrissy. They have a business called Reaching Beyond Limits. So I'm going to turn this over now to Chrissy so that we can hear from Amy and Robin. Chrissy, go ahead.
Amy and Robin, what could I say about you guys except you are on fire? I started working with you. You know, it was kind of funny because when I went back in my notes, you know, I saw that I started working with you in January of 2020. And it just feels like I've been working with you for so much longer because you guys are just constantly doing and growing. It's actually pretty amazing. But Reaching Beyond Limits provides services to individuals with autism and intellectual disabilities. They're dedicated to facilitating learning, achieving greater independence, increasing community involvement, and enhancing the quality of life for those with the autism spectrum disorder and disabilities. So again, another great service to Northeastern Pennsylvania. You actually started the business in 2015. And when you came to me, it was for expansion efforts. At that point, you retained 42 employees, I believe I had listed down. And then by December of 2020, when you actually moved into your new building, you had hired, was it 5 more full-time employees and 1 part-time employee? So I could only imagine what you've done in the past year with job retention and, just creating jobs for the community. It truly is amazing. And so I'm presenting you with the high growth client of the year. And when I say high growth, everybody kind of just goes to revenue, but in your case, it's so much more. You guys, your clientele base has just expanded. The services you provide have grown. And again, just that important factor of job creation within Northeastern and Pennsylvania. You guys are just truly amazing. So congratulations to both of you.
Chrissy, thanks so much. We are so honored to receive that award, and we're honored to be a part of this panel because all of you and hearing your stories, they're so inspiring. A little bit about us, as Chrissy said, we did start in 2015, and we have experienced a lot of growth. In the beginning, when we began, we didn't know what to expect. We didn't know how needed our services were. It was just Robin and I and one of our clients. And we kind of just jumped in feet first. We started with 1 service and 1 client, and we now have 8 services that we offer, and we serve probably about 200 individuals in our community. We have hired, and we have a great staff here at Reaching Beyond Limits, and we have learned a lot along the way as well. One thing, when COVID did hit us, it did change a lot because we are lucky because some of our services were essential, but not all of them. So it did give us a time to, step back. We put the health and safety of our staff and our clients first. And then we took that time to focus on growth.
And that's when we came to you to help finance our expansion and purchase of our new building, which we moved into a couple months ago, and we actually just were able to bring our clients and all of our staff to a building. So we're really excited to be here and all together again, because that was a little transition too, that we were all separate.
That's been so exciting. So we purchased our new building over COVID. We also expanded into employment services. And then we are working on a new program that we're creating right now. So we're just always focused on moving forward and providing quality services. We've also learned a lot of lessons along the way. One of them was just the importance of creating core values. Every decision that we make in our business, we look at our core values, whether it's hiring, looking at promoting, growth. We always think about the core values that we have in place. We also learn the importance of investing in leadership development. That's been very important to us. And just knowing that we have a strong support system and making sure they're in place, which Chrissy, that's why we always reached out to you, especially, during those times of uncertainty during COVID. It was really nice that we could always call Chrissy, ask her questions, and she was somebody there to support us. We appreciate it. Anything else you want to add?
That's about it.
I think that's about it. Thank you so much, though.
Yes, we really appreciate it.
Well, Amy and Robin, congratulations. It sounds like Chrissy said, like you are on fire, a lot going on. And, sadly, I don't want to say sadly, but so glad that your resources there, because clearly the community is in need of your services with your continuing expansion of, clients and services. I think that speaks volumes that you're answering a need in our community. So thank you for being there for all of your clients and providing those services. And then, I thought it was really great that you spoke of the fact that you do everything by leading with your core values. And I think that is essential when you want to sustain a business and see it grow, that you have a core that you work from. And I think that will carry you a long way for sure. But congratulations. We're so glad you're a client of ours, and hope you continue to grow. And if we can do anything, we're always here for you. So congratulations. And last but not least, the last person that we're going to recognize today is Larry Frace from the Northeast Training Institute. And Larry worked with Ray Hayden, one of the consultants from our center. So Ray, I will turn it over to you now.
Thank you, Dorothy. Hello. Our next client is actually a resident of Columbia County. Larry Frace is a seasoned professional in the building inspection industry with about 4 decades of experience and operates Larry C. Frace Inspections, LLC. Larry, especially as it relates to the industry, is also an accomplished educator. He developed materials and presentations on various related subject matters as it relates to the building inspection industry. Most recently, he has progressed with these educational endeavors by creating Northeast Training Institute. And that's an 11,000 square foot training and education facility, which houses a house of horrors. It's a structure within the walls of Northeast Training Institute that incorporates 1,000 different home defects. And this is part of a training program for the International Association of Home Inspectors, or INTRNATI for short. Simply put, there is nothing like this facility in the Northeast, and barely anything like it in the nation. And it's relevant right now because we're anticipating 55% of building inspectors to retire in the next 5 years. So this is a very relevant operation, certainly for the area. Beyond his accomplishments as a small business owner, Larry also serves his immediate and surrounding communities as the Assistant Zoning Officer for Nescopeck Borough and Township in Luzerne County, in addition to various capacities for other boroughs and townships in the area. So please offer a warm welcome to Mr. Larry Frace, owner of Northeast Training Institute and our Entrepreneurial Success of the Year.
Thanks, Ray. Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
So I started this endeavor about 3 years ago. I was asked to do some speaking at a conference in Atlantic City, is where we started this. And after that, it took me about a year to find a lot or a building lot that I liked. I wanted to be close to my home, but I needed access to all the interstates and airports. So actually ended up in my hometown, Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. That's where it's at. So I went to CEDACOG and they directed me to Ray and the SBDC, and Ray has been fantastic on this endeavor here. I mean, Ray has helped me with my business plan. He has done studies on the geographical areas that we'd be in. He helped us with our numbers on whether we should build a building or lease a building and have it built. He helped fill out our financial documents, and anytime I email Ray, he always got back to us. So he was always available for advice that we needed on this endeavor here. So some of the things, the building took a year and 9 months. Of course, we went through COVID, and in March, construction was shut completely down. So the cost of the building, of course, overran when we got back on the construction schedule. So there was a lot of things I didn't anticipate. I mean, during COVID, if I had to do over, I would have got a temporary site and did more on the face of the project. What I mean by I hired a person to go out and talk to contractors and let them know what we were doing. Also, startup money for a project this big, I didn't anticipate as much as I would need here to get up and running and to get the building completely done here. But it's been a good project. We just opened 3 months ago in June. We have been having classes, so everything is really going well in the project. So I have an amazing training facility now. I have an excellent staff and looking forward to the future and looking forward to work with Ray again too on this project. Thanks.
Thank you, Larry.
Larry, that's awesome. And congratulations on being named the Wilkes University Entrepreneurial Success of the Year. As I said earlier, we kind of have a team effort when we do a lot of our consulting, and we discuss different client projects. And I have to say House of Horrors was probably one of the most interesting that we saw. It was very intriguing to hear the services that you're going to offer. And obviously it's much needed. It sounds like you're doing really well. And we wish you continued success as you move forward, especially after going through a little bit of setbacks during COVID-19. So wishing you all the best as your business continues to grow. And I know Ray will always be there for you should you need anything.
So the house is actually a 2,700 square foot home built inside the building.
Oh, that is so cool.
With 2 bedrooms, a garage, and a basement.
Very neat. Maybe one of these days we can get out and see it.
Yes, I hope you do. Everyone's invited to our facility.
Oh, thanks. So I think that's going to wrap up our session for today. Are there any questions that we have in the chat, Ahmad?
I don't see any questions. There are some highs and hellos, and I believe the SBDC and Joe has been going through tagging pages and stuff. So we do encourage anyone that's watching to go check out these business pages, click on their like their page, share their information, support them in any way as a community that you can, and congratulate them on all these amazing achievements here today.
Yeah. And I would echo that. Congratulations to all of you. We wish you much continued success. And if you know any aspiring entrepreneurs or small business owners, please refer them to us. If we don't provide the services, we know of other economic development partners who do. We work a lot with Ben Franklin Technologies, the Industrial Resource Centers, SCORE, all of our chambers of commerce, a whole host of others. So, like I said, if we can't provide the services, we can connect you to the right people. And we work a lot with the Wyoming Valley Chamber of Commerce doing just that. We have a program called Wilkes-Barre Connect, where we try and connect all of the services in the greater Wyoming Valley and make them very accessible to all of the small businesses and aspiring entrepreneurs. But before I close, one thing I wanted to just mention, it's a statistics that I like to share whenever I can, is that 80% of the small businesses that have worked with the Pennsylvania Small Business Development Center are still in business 8 years after they open. And that's about 35% higher than what the national average is. And I think that's really attributed to a lot of the education that we provide our clients and the emphasis that we put on the planning of a business. Because, quite frankly, just about anyone can go out and open a business. It's having the resources at your fingertips and having a good plan in place that really makes it successful. So I'm glad you all took advantage of our services, and I hope at least 8 years out that you're still around and doing great things. But I think that wraps up our program. Again, I'd like to thank the Wyoming Valley Chamber of Commerce, Ahmad and Michaela, for partnering with us this week to make our program successful and get it out to as many people as we can. I'd like to thank the consultants who have worked with all of our small businesses. I don't know what I would do without them. They all do a phenomenal job. And we're super proud of all of the work that they do. So thank you again for joining us. I know your schedules are busy. I'll let you get back to work. But congratulations again to all of you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you everyone for watching. If you want to get more information on just what all those partners can provide to you that Dorothy mentioned, please check out the Tuesday Tea from yesterday on the SBDC's Facebook page and the Chamber Facebook page to get a better idea. And stay tuned for both of those Facebook pages as we'll be releasing spotlights of all these amazing businesses here today. And again, share it to the community, shout it from the rooftops, let them know of all the amazing people that are on this call, the things that they're doing for the community. So thank you all.
Thanks, Ahmad. Take care.